Yeah, I'm at my storage here. Just want to show you some of the wire that I have here. That's a tub there. There's a little bit of wire in here. Tub here. A tub here. Not totally full, but it's the heavier gauge. So it's got good wire. So I just want to strip a transformer today, so I'm going to do a little more wire, but I just want to take a little more wire as I come here. So I have, this weighs probably about 40 pounds total. So I'll take a little bit of weight off this thing. See, these are off stoves. It's your continuous lead from stove, number 12 gauge. Should cut like nothing, cut like butter. Okay, so I'm gonna take this to my garage, to my house. So we get some tools ready. So I plan to take a transformer apart. So I have to get a few tools and a few things. Oops. No scale, but I'm not sure if it's working. I have to check the batteries. Okay, so as you see, my bin is here. Bin is pretty good so far. A couple big appliances here and maybe a couple van loads more before. Okay, so we'll clean up some garbage. I like to have a clean work area. Okay. Okay, we'll see you back at my garage, my other house. Okay. We're back in my garage. I want to strip the transformer here, but I don't have a scale to weight. I want to weight first and then see how much copper. My scales are actually broken. It was a beater anyways, but battery leaked a bit and wrecked up the inside a bit. But anyways, this is almost like 6 transformers in one. Looks like they're welded, or 2 are welded here or something, or maybe this is 3 transformers. I'm not sure how it's designed, but probably a lot of copper here, I would think. Let's see better on this angle here. It's all copper. It's over 100 pounds. I think it was 110 pounds when I weighed it before. I'm just curious how much copper, what the percentage would be. You know, that's why I like to weigh it as whole and then see what it is after. So anyways, I'm back at the stripping wire here. What I did is, this is all rolled up here, so I cut it in sizable lengths, just so it goes easier. So I'll feed this through here. You'll see how fast it goes. Okay, so this wire stripper is designed to strip the plastic off at the same time. It's kind of what it's doing. See here. You know, some wire strippers you gotta constantly peel. Keep my phone off here. You have to constantly peel, see? This one's automatically kind of self-peeling when it goes through properly. See that? See? See how it's peeled? It's got two cutting blades. That's why it's got a double tensioner on there. Nice stuff here. Very heavy. This one's this is really thick stuff. See that? It's really thick. A lot of waste. 30% waste probably. See, majority is just self-strip. See that? Nice wire, very impressive. This one I went through, but if you remember, it was all kinked up. This wire. See, when it's kinked like that, it's kind of a bit of a pain. Number one. This is crap wire. See how much wire stripped like nothing. See that? Pretty impressive. Yeah, the weight's getting there. It's getting heavy. Here's like a solid wire here. I don't like to run them too long because they could tangle up or something into your arm or something, and then could cause a lot of damage. So gotta be careful. Let's try this here. The wrong hole. Basically stripped it. Kind of screwed it up the first time. The hole was a little too big and it didn't completely get it, but anyways, when you have a certain type of wire, that's why you're supposed to kind of separate your wires so that different sizes, right? So then eventually, you know, you run, you know, like say 10 pounds of the same wire, same diameter, same insulation, right? So like number one. Okay, well, I don't really have much thick wire. I was hoping to have some thicker wire to show you. All the stuff's the same length. I'm not sure what it's from. Okay, we'll have to feed it through. There's more than one hole here. See, there's different kind of squares and then a small hole, and then the holes get bigger and bigger, see? Anyways, let's go. Okay, so see, it automatically strips it. See that pretty well? When you have it set really good and you have the right diameter wire in the right hole, it works really, really good. This machine, I paid $1,300 for this machine. They're like $1,800 now. Price has gone up. You know, it's like that. As soon as the copper wire price goes higher, people start jacking up materials to other materials, you know. Like this will strip copper wire, so they'll demand a higher price. Copper's low, demand is low for stripping wire, you know what I'm saying? Look at this, beautiful. It's just it's 14 gauge, the other one was 12 gauge. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get some other assortments of wire. I'm gonna strip like these are off of actually, what is this off of? We'll try them. It's a pretty stiff wire, so I think it's gonna do really good. Probably might be number one even. It's just hard to say. They're picky about number one diameters and all that. Like I was saying, self-stripping. See that? That's what this thing's designed to do. To self-strip. Number one, I guess. See that? Other machines, you know, sure they'll strip it for you, but you have to start trying to get the wire out of the plastic. No, that's the great features about this machine. You know, it falls off like butter. Okay, so that kind of wire you have to strip because it's well worth it. Some pretty thick wire here. Strip this one here. Some nice heavy duty one here. Okay. why I did that, because ideally you're supposed to have no wires showing, so it was skinning on my roller. See that? That's why I never peeled it, you know, off completely. But I mean, it's stripped, but you're supposed to actually cut it so it's plastic, showing only, no copper. That's the thing about these machines. Well, that's a good heavy piece. You get lots of this stuff. You get lots of weight. Right? Let me prepare this stuff here. Then I'm going to get some of this stuff ready here. Just want to show you how these ones strip. I have to strip it by hand first, because it won't strip properly in here. I mean, this one might strip because this is more rounded cable. Let's try this one here. Yeah, I got the wrong roller. That's the problem. Okay, well, blew the fuse. Okay, let me get organized here. Okay, worst jam can you speak? Worst jam up I've ever had so far on this machine. Whew, unbelievable. It rolled around the rollers. I don't know if I even had that much material in here, but maybe there was material in here already from before. I don't know. Anyways, it's done. These are set screws, you know, so when you get to a certain level, you stop. Yeah, I had this thing set way wrong hole, like 3 holes out. You can't go by the size for wire. You gotta go at least a couple more past. Anyways, I stripped it. It was jammed up so bad. Never had a jam up that bad. I was actually always worried. It was in there really good. It rolled the rubber. I just don't understand that much rubber rolled around the roller like this. It was in there, so it was really tough to get out. You chewed it all apart. So I gotta be very careful. There's some rubber is just too soft for these type of machines. That's why sometimes you have certain type of wires, you just have to sell them the way they are. But anyways, just gotta learn. I haven't used it for a while. That's why you have to learn to make sure you always go bigger than normal, because you could always pass it through a couple times, right? Versus spending all the time unjamming it all. Okay. So this stuff is the stuff from those dryer cords. It did strip it. I stripped it on a different hole and stripped it no problem one pass. But that was more of a round casing versus when it's coiled, it's harder. No, fuse blew. Okay, let me get back organized. See, this thing takes a lot of amperage. What it does is it's So it's probably like 50 amps at least, right? This stuff, dryer cords are a little tough to strip, but see, they do strip. That's why before I sold probably about 150 pounds of dryer cords. Now I'm holding on to them because I can strip them with this machine. It's relatively fast. There's a dryer cord, see that? Some cords fall apart, some stay together. They're pretty weird. This is the different grades of dryer cord, I guess. Here's the other one. You have to worry about jams, so be careful, because if jams are really bad, you have to take it completely apart. And there's springs and all sorts of little things there that I want to avoid not to take apart if I don't have to, right? Okay. There it is. It's not too bad. Some of the stuff we say may have to just sell the way it is. Okay, I'll find some other wire to start stripping. Okay, I got a different kind of wire here. It's probably two conductors, two insulated, one not insulated, and I think an outer insulation. It's a pretty thick wire. Okay. Okay, let's see what we got here. So, the one insulation's off. This will be number one, insulated. So we have, oh, we got three conductors inside. I don't even see that. Okay. So three. So it's probably 14 gauge. Just judging because it's fairly heavy stuff. Yeah, so if you want to buy one of these strippers, look on Kijiji in Ontario. There's a place in Ontario I bought this. I can't remember what the name was, but they have lots of wire strippers there. I think it's a CWS 380 or something like that, I believe. I think it's a 2 or 3 horsepower motor. I cannot remember exactly, but it was a good sized motor. That's why it takes a lot of power. That's why I'm running an extension cord here. It's a heavy duty cord. If you run a thinner cord, it blows the fuse. You have to have a heavy duty cord. It's really muggy today, I understand it. That we got smoke from the forest fires coming from the interior, wherever the fire is. You can smell it. It's coming in here. So you just sit down and just relax and, you know, feed those wires through. Most of the work is unraveling the stuff. Nice thing is it's fast. It's a fast machine. I think it's a little too fast, to be honest. If I can get a speed control, lower the speed down a little bit, probably be a little bit better. And it should have a reverse. No reverse in this thing, because that's what happens once it jams. Your wire jams in there. It doesn't want to reverse. It just wants to keep feeding. If it reversed, it would just spit the wire back again. So I have to figure out if I can do a modification or something. Maybe a speed control and a modification reverse. Then I don't have to worry about things jamming, because once it jams in there, sometimes it's hard to get it out. Like the last one was about the hardest I ever had it. I was actually a little worried there because it just didn't want to come out. See, if you cut them, you know, roughly 2 feet or so, 2 to 3 feet, it's a little easier to unravel. Otherwise, you're just fighting tangles, right? If I can buy some wire off somebody that has, you know, big heavy duty commercial wire, then I could actually try to make some money with this machine. Because they're paying around $210 right now. So if they're paying $210, yeah, I'd say $210 for number 1. So if you got 20% loss on the bigger wires, so 100 pounds is 210. So you're not making a big money. You can make around 60 bucks stripping. But you know, that stuff you can strip so fast that you can strip probably 100 pounds in an hour. You know what I'm saying? So you can make actually good money. You can maybe make more, because some of that wire is a pound a foot. Some of the really big wires in this machine would just spit it out like nothing. So I'll have to look into getting some commercial wire, talk to some of the big guys. First of all, I need a proper scale, decent scale. You buy like 500 pounds and then you do it, right? Kind of was my intention, but not that easy. It's like a lot of guys will give away for nothing to the demo guys, but trying to give it to you, it's hard. Okay, let's fire this through. Okay, so I went through the first First hole, our second hole at first, it was okay, but the first hole stripped it better. I actually took the insulation right off. See that? Actually stripped it almost completely. Just a little better, I would think. But this is 14 gauge. 12 gauge is a different story, yeah. So, as you can see, it works pretty good. Okay, I'm going to clean this up here, and I'm going to get some other type of wires. We'll go through try to show you a couple more assortments of wire, just in case you guys are thinking about getting one of these here. Okay, I got wire here. I think it's probably like 16 gauge, I think. The spool's too ratty. I can't put it on a like on a pipe or something and roll it continuously because it's all rotted. Let's feed these two here. 10 foot lengths. Okay, so as you see, it went there pretty good. Went through pretty good. So let me see how it's going to strip. Yeah, strips pretty nice. See, no problem. Probably like 50-50 this stuff, I would think. Maybe 60-40 maybe. Boy, I would say half plastic, half copper maybe. Let's see. You know, if I could actually put this on a scale exactly, tell you, I get my scale out, we can see exactly what it's doing. So leave that with this one. So then we can determine how much waste there is. So it's pretty got some weight. Okay, so what I'll do is let me just unravel the rest of these here, get my scale out, and we'll determine. Looks like 16 gauge. I'm thinking it could be even 18 gauge. But anyways. So what I'll do is let's weigh this and we'll know how much copper versus plastic. Then you know your percentages. Okay, stand by. Okay. Anybody want to guess? Let's see how long it is here. I'd say well, it's 14 feet. 14 feet of insulation. Okay, we've got grams going. 36 grams. Now we're going to go with wire now. 36, 46, 13 grams, so 60-40. Right? If it was 50-50, it'd be 36-36, right? So it's about 60-40 of this type of wire. So 100 pounds. Okay, they're gonna pay $1 a pound probably for this stuff. 100 pounds would be $100. So you'll have 60 pounds of wire number 2, and then at $3.25. Okay, let me figure this out here. Let me calculate here. We'll determine what it works out to. Let's just say round it as 100 pounds, so that's worth $100. And if we got $60, if we had 60 pounds, we'll average it out. It could be a little higher, it could be lower. Say 60 pounds. All right, let's see. We'll go 313. I think they gave me times 60. So 187.80. So to be honest, if you strip it, you're getting $187 roughly. Even say 180. So you could come from, you're making $80 more for stripping it. So it's actually worth it. And this is a low percentage. That's why they're only paying 60 cents before for the stuff, 60, 80. I mean, they're all over the place, but I would say they're paying probably $1 for that stuff. So in actual fact is you can make $80 for every 100 pounds, $80. So that's not too bad then. I'm sure time costs money, but you know, you buy these machines to kind of make extra money, right? You know, so I mean, look how much I stripped. Look, it strips fast. So pretty impressive. So actually, not too bad. Okay, this stuff is pretty heavy stuff actually. A lot of weight to it actually. Okay, there's the figures, guys. Want to make extra money? It's worth it to strip it. That means if you bought one of those $200 strippers, you know, 300 pounds, 300 or 400 pounds, you paid the machine off 300 pounds basically. Okay, a different type of wire here. Not sure what gauge it is, but I would say it's another 60-40 mix. 60 copper, 40 plastic. Let's see. We'll measure it to see. Okay. Okay, so we'll take this length here. Close 8, 9, 10 feet. So you can see it's a pretty big conductor. This one. I'm gonna mix it up. Okay, move this other stuff out of the way. It says number 1 here. Okay. 113 grams. $113, 38. So if we have So, and 1, 3, take away 38. That's 75 grams. So it's, yeah, it's what, so 36.75. So it's like, yeah, close to 60%. It's pretty heavy. This one. So definitely worth it. Definitely worth stripping. It's the only way you can make extra money in this business. Okay, so I'm gonna clean all this up here and I find some other wire that I could strip. Like this one here, I might I don't know what kind of wire this is, but it might be really hard. We'll see. Oh, I hate to get jammed in my machine. It's like I can't even bend it. Okay, last one here. That's the house wiring here. Last one I sold like this was $2.09 a pound. I'm not sure how it's gonna strip. I'm gonna try a bigger hole first, just to see what it does. I don't want to clog it up. Messier. It's got paper, but it stripped it. So it actually strips it. The only problem is I think there's a little more waste, a higher percentage of waste. Not the material, I believe. Can't tell. But you can see there's a lot of waste in here. I mean, but it does strip it, so I guess not too bad. Here's a little thicker wire here, a couple. These are the wires where you're going to make money. These type of wires here. Just going to make sure it's straight when I put it in. Not too many kinks and no plugs on the end. Okay. Went through, but the ends are sticking out a little too much. So you kind of raveled through here a little bit, but yeah, nice and thick and heavy wire. See, stripping. But ideally, I think I like 2-foot sections better. You know, something like about like that, easy to manage. Yeah, there's weight. The weight's going to be big weight with this stuff. You know, it's number one, bright and shiny, which is probably worth a little more, a few cents more probably than number one. Bright and shiny means no garbage on there. Yep, starting to add up. Oh, heavy. Okay, well, I'll keep moving on here and see what else I can get. Most of the wires I went through already, so maybe we'll go through this one here. This one is, it's not twisted. See how this one here rolls? There's a twist in it. Too hard to strip, because it's what it does is end up. I want to cut the inside wires too. Okay, let's try this one here. See, I went quite a bit farther. I mean, didn't do too bad. Slipped a bit, but see how it does cut this wire here a little bit? When it's twisty, it's even worse. And since this is not a solid wire, it's just a nightmare. A lot of string and garbage in this one. Paper and plastic. So if you're thinking about getting a wire stripper and you get lots of wire, definitely recommend it. Depends on what the volume of stripping you're gonna do. Like I got tubs here, 3 more tubs at my storage, big tub over there. So for me, it's definitely worth it to have a good, you know, bigger than normal stripper. See how fast you can strip that? I'm just kind of just taking it easy. I'm not rushing. I'm just working calmly. See that? But those ones, you know, they don't have a swirl. When you have a swirl, better to strip the other one, the first layer by hand, and then the wire doesn't. See how it gimped up here a little bit because there was a little cut in here. See that? See how it stopped cutting because it rolls on a roller and then it dislodges a bit on the cutters and stuff. This is probably just a roller, but it does affect it a bit. I noticed. That's why I like to use a knife to take the third insulation off with the outer jacket. That's a pretty heavy core, this one. See how it kind of chewed it up a bit. Okay, so that's it. Oh, beautiful, look at that. Nice and heavy, probably a half a pound. Okay, got some really heavy cable here. So, looks like 80% stuff, 80% copper. Yeah, you just gotta find a sweet spot. There it is. Okay, that's a really heavy wire. Had a little problem on that one. I think I adjusted the hole a bit. See, it's rubber, so rubber's a little bit harder than harder plastic, if you know what I mean. It's almost out. It's got some sort of weird coating on here. It's like almost like tape. I've never seen this stuff before. And this wire, okay, it's coming off. Okay, good. Look at that. It's almost like cable for like a winch cable. There. Yeah, the first one I didn't have it set. Well, I didn't, like I say, I didn't want to jam it up, so I was very cautious the first time. All right, run it through again. Ah! Oof. Right in the hand. See there? Blood instantly. Goes right through the gloves like nothing. So you gotta be careful. The stranded stuff, you gotta be super careful. It's like a winch cable, right? You already handle winch cable, you know what happens. Did get most of it. Almost got most of it. There it is. So it did it. Yeah, it's 80%. A couple pounds there for sure. Just like that. Okay, I want to do this one here. This is dryer cords. I actually changed the setting. They're a little different. It seemed to work a little better. Okay, stand by, watch. Very slippery, this stuff. It's very oily, this wire. I understand why they don't have the this one should be up somewhere where you can get to it. You always kind of, you know, the button in case something jams, you get your finger caught or your foot gets caught in the cable. You have to have a faster or a closer emergency shut off, I would think. But anyways, just got to be careful. So this did strip it. See that? So I don't have to use a knife now like before. Just gotta be careful and just run it through. Okay, so you got the drift on this here. Works out pretty good. Okay. Okay, that's just an extension cord basically off of like a could be like an electronic device or something, but I want to see how it strips. Check it out. Okay, I didn't have the right roller in the first one, so I kind of chewed it up, but this is the wire that's in there. This thin wire is, to be honest, low grade wire. Probably not worth it. Just because it doesn't want to, it's so soft, the material. Doesn't want to strip that great. So I personally wouldn't want to, not worth it, to be honest. Oops, wrong spot. Yeah, it just doesn't want to strip it properly. It's almost like it's not worth it. And there's probably so much waste. There's probably 60% waste on that. See, this one I'll just have to throw this in. Yeah, not worth it, doesn't strip it. But it does strip, you know, small wire, but this particular wire is just crappy wire. So that one. Just throw this in my low grade. But if it was just like this extension cords, if you get the other wire that's a little thinner, works a little better. Like I did the other one, the scene was better. Okay, I'm going to strip some more, but I think that's it for the video. It's starting to build up, see that? There. This is really heavy actually. Yeah. I'd say between this and this, 40 pounds or more. But there's lots of this type of wires. It's all heavy gauge. Should be really good. So I'm gonna run all this stuff through. See, like this. This is all your number one. Run that through. Number two. Oh yeah. So what I do is these are dryer cords. So what I do is I'll strip about 10 of them, all different lengths, and I'll feed them through one by one. Really greasy, so it's hard to get the roller. Okay, you see now in real time, it's all stripped. Just gotta separate the wire, which is a little bit of a chore, but just because it's so prickly, this stuff, you have to be careful when you do it. But wow, it's getting pretty heavy here. Wow. Okay, just wanted to show you that. That's all dryer cord. So when I put them through, then the hole I used was kind of okay, but it wasn't that great. But it didn't fray these that much. So some I had to kind of yank a bit. Some I had to pull a couple strands out to get it loose, but it did work out. Okay. Okay, that's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed watching me strip wire. Prices are higher, so now it's time to start getting your wire ready. Even if you don't sell it, but just wait till the right price, right? You know, because right now it's over $3. You know, number one could go to $3.50, $3.75. You don't know; it could go like that in a week. So if you have the material sitting, then you can just sell it. But when it's only $2, no point in wasting your time. But since it's over $3 now, you know, within the next 1 or 2 months before the election, I would predict this stuff could take off really good. After election, who knows what will happen. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a great day.